Hey everyone, Cindy here, Create Your Own Luck and Love. Welcome to our live call. Send me hearts, smiles, questions. I'm here for you. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's topic on the Successful Woman's Guide to Meet and Marry Her Man with one of my very favorite special guests, Dr. Diana Kirshner. She's amazing. And we talk about heartbreak. We talk about healing from heartbreak. We talk about what heartbreak can do to us, right? So there's a lot of different things that heartbreak brings up. Frankly, when one has been in a relationship and maybe in the beginning we thought it was going to go one way, and hey Suzanne, sending you big love. Anyways, maybe we think a relationship is going to go one way, and unfortunately, maybe even for unforeseen circumstances, it goes someplace different. So during our talk today, my talk with Dr. Diana, we actually do a deep dive around ways to process heartbreak, ways to process our emotions. Because a lot of times, and I know this with women especially, we do this, we are such nurturers by nature, and sometimes we go to worry, anxiety, and we can go into self-blame or even projection, right? Like if the relationship doesn't work out, or originally you guys, he had said he wants the same thing as you. Maybe originally he said, I really see myself in a relationship where we're getting married, and that's a vision of yours, and he changed his mind, or having children, or whatever is important to you, and that shifted for him. It's one of the things about relationships that I know to be true is we're consistently checking in. There's a consistent, opening of what's happening. Like, has something shifted? Has something changed? Or maybe there's an outside force that doesn't align with you, and maybe you thought it did. There's so many factors, right? Or you're, for one reason or another, it doesn't work out the way you had originally hoped. And one thing to do is acknowledge that. Acknowledge the pain that you feel. Acknowledge that you're feeling hurt. Feel those feelings. Don't go drown them out, feel them. And ways to utilize and feel your feelings too are even by taking a walk in nature, by actually moving your body, looking at nature. I mean, I live in Southern California, in San Diego, in the sunshine. We have beautiful beaches. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've taken walks along the beach and acknowledged my feelings, and maybe even cried. And next thing I know, I look out into the ocean and I see beautiful dolphins skipping along the waves as I'm walking, which is really beautiful. That's happened to me before. But really simply acknowledging those feelings first, and then taking action too in your life, like, finding a coach, right? Or talking to a trusted friend that you can let it out on and you can feel safe with, and doing things in your life, making plans, getting together with friends for dinner, doing things, having fun, laughing, watching funny movies. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. This stuff really works. And, you know, I don't recommend staying off the dating market for a long time if you're in the process of heartbreak. It kind of depends on the nature of your situation and where you're at with acknowledging healing. The more you acknowledge yourself and acknowledge where you're at, process those feelings. And part of processing one's feelings is feeling how you feel in your body. Dr. Diana and I talk about walking meditations, so you can literally do walking meditations and affirmations. I'm such a firm believer in. So instead of getting into a place of, you know, men are jerks, none of them want to commit, all the good men are taken, or whatever that story is. I'm too old, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not skinny enough. I mean, those are all the things. I had a client of mine, and I love her so much. She, sometimes she'll go through a space because she's a worry ward. And how many of you guys, how many ladies out there, and I can raise my hand, I can go there, you worry about things. I see, it looks like Patty, you're on. Hi, and ladies, feel free to ask any questions too. Anyways, so you worry, and she was, she's getting ready to turn she's getting ready to turn 37. She's not married yet. She wants children. She doesn't know whether or not she should have, she should freeze her eggs. All those thoughts. Maybe all the good men are taken. All my friends are married, right? There's freak out that can happen. But when you stop and acknowledge yourself, here's where I'm at right now. I'm grateful that I'm healthy. I'm grateful that I'm mindful. I'm grateful that I'm, taking action in my life that's moving me towards what I want. I am lovable. I am an amazing woman, and I have a lot of really great things to offer. So and taking that to the next level, am I being the woman that is attracting the kind of man she wants to attract? That can be a tough question. What kind of man do you want? Most of the women that I work with, they're successful, they're driven, they're business women, or they're in the medical profession, or whatever it is they do, but they're professional. And they're seeking out a high quality professional man. And is their way of being in the world reflective of the kind of man that they're desiring? So it's a time to reevaluate yourself, not beat yourself up, but continuing to work on yourself to being the woman. It's not about perfection, but is the man that you want to bring in, is he kind? Is he a great communicator? Does he like to laugh? Do you, is he intelligent? Does he like to have intellectual conversations around, maybe it's philosophy? Whatever those things, what are your values? And when you get more connected to that, and your way of being is that, it naturally attracts those kinds of men. I say this all the time to women, there are great men everywhere. There really are. And there are single, I hate to say this, but there are single people every single day. There are people becoming single. There are people healing. And I'm also a believer that you can heal from a past relationship in a newer one. And it's about knowing how to take things slowly And, you're going to learn so many great things on this event. My friend Suzanne Oshima, big shout out to her. She's amazing. She's featured on this event as an expert in dating and relationships. And you guys, I highly recommend, diving deep. If this is an area you want to, understand yourself around more and, really have the kind of relationship that you deeply desire on your heart, then, open up, ask questions, hit reply to those emails. Let us know what's on your mind. I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear what's coming up for you. And I also want to hear, what are your biggest challenges? Or do you feel stuck? Do you feel stuck in your love life? Do you feel like there might be a golden thread of patterning happening? Or are you holding yourself back? And what's coming up for you around that? There's so much. And men are easy, and then sometimes it can be hard. All great relationships do not come from being super easy all the time. Gosh, I wish they were, and they could be. But think about relationships with your friends. Do you have friends that you've overcome obstacles with? I can tell you, I have a handful of them. I have a handful of really great, close, tight-knit people, women in my life that we've gone through stuff. We've loved each other through it. Or we've thought at times we might want to walk away from each other too. And those, when we've overcome those things, and we've even overcome heartbreak together, it's brought us closer. And it's such a beautiful thing, you guys. And there's so much to discover and uncover in this arena. And I want to hear from you. Good to see you on here, Jess. And I'm sending a big hug, big love to all of you guys. I will definitely see you on here tomorrow. I will do my very best to try to be on here right around the same time every day. So hopefully I can catch a lot of you. I'm on tonight because today was a really full, abundant day. So I'm sending you guys tons of love. I promise that I will answer any of your questions. Love to hear your feedback. And have a great rest of your night. Bye, everyone.